Hey, it's time, Johnny.
It is time. Don't call me Johnny.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Dad. God,
Dougie. Because you're a lawyer, you
Dougie.
don't want to be called
no,
Johnny.
this is annoying, Dougie.
Hey, folks, it's Friday, and it's 1 o'clock. That means it's time for the Gazette Radio Hour. It's the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classifieds. And here we are with all you need to know to be in the know on Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS.
Yeah,
John, what happened when I was gone last week?
It was the John show.
No, wait a minute. Time out, dude. Do you remember?
Really good, man.
Do you remember the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson?
No, I'm not that old.
Yes, you do. Okay, when Johnny Carson, he used to be gone all the time. They didn't just take over the show and call it something else.
Well, yeah, but
it was the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John with somebody filling in. How can it be the John show?
It's
not in your contract.
Well, it was going to be the Doug and John show at first, and then it went to the John and Han show because we had Han Solo, our sports guy, come in and talk. Then we had Perry Smith in. We had Kyle Jellyman Jellings in. We had a little panel discussion about the Donald Sterling. That's what you should. Okay, you weren't here last week, so you missed the whole Donald Sterling thing. It was started, beginning, and ended while you were away. But you'd be a good person.
We're still talking about what this idiot owner of an NBA team said.
An idiot, huh? Okay, is that what you think? I was curious. One thing we was missing was we did not have the curmudgeon demographic and their opinion involved. So, Doug...
Wait, what are you trying to say?
You're old and you're a curmudgeon. What part didn't you get? Go ahead and tell me what's your opinion. Donald Sterling is an old curmudgeon, so go ahead, give me your opinion.
You know, my wife ran into a friend of ours who hadn't seen us for a few years, and she asked my wife if I was still grouchy. What does that mean?
Are you still grouchy? The answer would be yes.
Anyway, what's your question?
So, the Donald Sterling thing, you must have had an opinion. I saw your random political correctness.
I'm distracted because Peter has this big image of Barack Obama sitting behind him. It's driving me nuts because he's got his big smiling face on. It's a life-size caricature of the guy.
Yeah, and...
Anyway, I'm distracted.
All right, so refocus here. Take your ADD medication.
Get Obama out of here, Peter.
Anyway, the Donald Sterling thing. What was your opinion? You saw it. You heard it.
Look,
you weren't hiding under a rock, were you?
Okay. Number one, it was a private conversation.
So what?
Okay, I'm just saying it was a private conversation. So what? It was a private conversation. Have you ever said things in private conversation you wouldn't want anybody else to know about? Talking to one other person, and you now look. Don't misunderstand me. I do not agree with what the man said. I think it's repugnant what he said.
All right. Well, everybody agrees with that. Okay. But. So what, it was a private conversation or not a private conversation? Did he make those statements? Yes.
Yes.
Are those the beliefs of his heart? Probably.
Well, if you would have heard them this morning, they're not. But they found another tape. We'll get into that later.
We'll talk about that in a second, I guess. I don't know what happened. I wanted to get your opinion first.
Here's the bottom line. He shouldn't have said what he said, but it was his own private thoughts, and there's no way in the world that his company, his business, should be taken away from him.
Oh, we're going to go to the freedom of speech card, right?
You can't take somebody in America. You can't take a business away from somebody just because of something they said. Now, if the NBA in their bylaws or their constitution, whatever you want to call it, stipulates that any type of that verbiage is heard coming from an owner, and it's in their franchise agreement, then by law they should be able to remove the business from them. But from what I'm reading and hearing, it is not. And the NBA is stretching to find a clause in their bylaws to allow them to take the team.
Simple, easy. Here's the solution. You say, fine, Donald, you can have your team. You're no longer part of the NBA.
That could be.
Okay. He's going to play what? The Globetrotters?
Well,
I hear the Washington Generals might be available.
I would have to say the bylaws would have to state that, and I don't know this for a fact.
But
if they could remove a team from the league.
Okay, but do you mean but Doug? Okay, suppose you had a supplier. Okay. You do it. You're a businessman. You have a supplier that sells you paper,
right?
And you don't like
our most expensive part of running the business.
Yeah, well, because you do a newspaper. I figured that out. It's definitely not the talent in the newspaper.
Or
the talent on the radio show. That's even worse. As far as the pay goes. But no, suppose this person that had political views that you didn't like. Would you stop doing business with them?
No.
Suppose those political views nobody liked.
No.
Suppose it's not. Wait a minute. So somebody's political views, whether they're racist, whether they're a bigot, doesn't matter.
They're his views. Unless they hurt me personally or my family, I would still do business with them because they're his views.
So those views, the views of your supplier, this bigot, this horrible, rotten, nasty person with evil, pure intent, evil in his heart.
As long as he didn't do anything but voiced it in a manner that's not hurting other people that I know and love, I would still do business with him.
Isn't voicing it
No, that gets into this whole political correctness, John. I know what I'm saying. Again, it was wrong, it was terrible, and we're going to have another political correctness segment on this show, because I am tired of this stuff where people, just because of their views and what they say, is held against them, infecting them in their life.
But it should be. He's a political figure. He's a political. He's a public
not. He's
figure.
a businessman. He owns a team, just like somebody owns this radio station. Somebody owns a newspaper.
Then I
could be called a public figure because I write. I can say what I want. I get criticized all the time for saying stuff in my rant in the Gazette every week, but nobody ever comes to me and says, I'm going to take your newspaper away because you say stupid things. And I get stuff written to me by my readers that really are pretty critical and unhappy.
Well, yeah, because your viewpoints are pretty stagnant at times.
Stagnant.
And grumpy. Let's okay. Grumpy. But wait a minute.
I resemble that remark.
You said something about this a new tape or something? Because while you're taking a drink of water, let me tell you, I think that they can take the team, and they probably should, for pure business reasons.
And it's un-American if they take it. Whether you like it or not, they can't take the team from him.
It's my turn. They can kick him out of the NBA, and
they can kick him personally. They can't kick the team out. They can't take the business away.
They can take the business away from him. No, they can't. I think they can.
Just because you're a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, gee, go figure.
Anyway, he was on this morning. They have a new tape, and he was talking to somebody. I don't know how I can say this delicately on the radio, but he was telling somebody that, again, in a private conversation, that the only reason he was saying that stuff to that young lady is because he wanted to have relations with her, and that any guy in a private setting would say anything to any woman in order to have relations with her.
In that case, never mind. I completely agree. And you're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM 1220 KHTS Santa Clarita's hometown station. We'll be right back.
I need to know because I don't know how long I can hold on if you're making me away.
So, John, what you're saying is if somebody really didn't like my rant sometime, they could come in and take my newspaper away from me.
That's not even close to what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying with Donald Sterling, and take his team away.
Not even close to what I'm saying. That's what you said.
Well, anyway. We'll have to agree to disagree.
No, we'll have to agree that you didn't understand what I said, and you have your opinion, and I have mine.
That's true, because you always talk in lawyer speak, and I don't understand what you say half the time.
Lawyer speak. Most people call that English, Doug.
Anyway, folks, you're listening to Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. It's the Gazette Radio Hour, the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classifieds, for all you need to know to be in the know. And it's time for Mr. Music.
Mr. Music. At least that's one thing we can agree on. We all like Mr. Music.
That's true.
Is now not a good time?
I don't know, Mr. Music. You tell me.
I don't know. It sounds like you guys are kind of at each other. Maybe I should call back at a better time.
Mr. Music, he's kind of bugging me today.
Music calms the savage beast, right, Mr. Music?
Well, then good. I should be able to calm you guys today.
At least
we got
Doug.
some fun stuff.
Hopefully it's something that won't make Doug crankier. Is that a word?
You know what? You never know with Doug.
That was lawyer speak for jeez, he's grumpy.
Well, like I said, we got some fun stuff coming up. Everybody knows Styx. Well, Dennis DeYoung, who is the lead singer of Styx for so many years and probably best known vocalist on about 10 of the top 12 songs for Styx, is going to be at the Grove of Anaheim.
Oh, wow.
And he does all the hits, and he has a singer come with him that does the hits that he didn't sing. And it's truly a song, a show of more Styx songs than if you were actually going to a Styx concert. So it's a lot of fun. He's a terrific guy, and that's sure to be sold out. That's in Anaheim.
Chris, can I ask you a question? I mean, Mr. Music, sorry.
Sure. Great. Now everybody knows my name. Go ahead.
Why can't the regular Styx guys just get along? I mean, here's Dennis DeYoung. He's going to do why can't they get Tommy, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Shaw.
Tommy Shaw. Yeah. And the guitar player and
you know what? That's a whole program unto itself. I mean, we represent a lot of artists that do very, very well post-lead singer.
Yeah. It goes back to the whole Cool and the artist formerly known as The Gang.
Yeah, exactly.
And the artist formerly known as Cool.
And Creedence and the artist formerly known as Clearwater Revival.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right, never mind.
It's really dominant in the history in showbiz right now.
I heard Steve Perry, the old singer from Foreigner, from Journey, is going to go out on tour. Well, so why doesn't he just join Journey and go on tour with them?
Listen, we can pick this up when we spend a minute at the end of this on the World Classic Rockers, but because that really answers a lot of those questions right there. But to continue, we have We have Wayne Brady. Everybody knows Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and currently the host of Let's Make a Deal.
Let's Make a Deal, that's right.
He is in Riverside at the Fox Performing Arts Center. If anybody's been there, it is a wonderful facility. It's a heck of a drive, but it used to be an old Art Deco theater and movie theater, and now it's a performing arts center, which Sheryl Crow opened about 5-6 years ago at this point. It's a beautiful place.
When is he out there?
He will be there. It would have been nice for me to say.
Yeah, only because I got to go to Riverside, believe it or not.
He is going to be there on. Do I not have the
Make it
date
June
on
12th.
that?
Make it
Yes,
June.
I do. It's going to. I'm sorry. It's going to be on June.
Yes.
June. Come on, I can do this.
Make it like the 13th or 14th.
How about let's call it.
What, are you looking at your phone?
Let's call it May 16, guys.
Oh, May 16th.
May 16.
That's next week.
These things are right around the corner. Dennis DeYoung is May 9.
Oh,
And then now this is kind of interesting. Everybody knows Hugh Laurie from the TV show House.
Right. Yeah, the guy with the
Dr. House.
the English accent.
Yes. He has been for many, many years a blues artist, and unlike an actor that wants to be a singer, this guy's the real deal. He's a New Orleans-style blues artist, musician, singer, has an incredible band. He will also be playing Riverside at the Fox Theater on May 30,
Wow.
as well as June 2nd at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles.
Wow, that's got to be a neat show.
It's really good. It's a lot of those shows when you have actors in it, you get a few songs of the wow factor of the guy who's on stage. In this case, it's a good 75 to 90 minutes of just great music because he really is talented.
It seems to be kind of a current trend. A lot of crossover acts, huh?
There absolutely is. The other trend is more of a kind of that novelty thing. We got Terry Fader, made famous on America's Got Talent. He's going to be playing again the Fox in Riverside, and he'll be there on May 31st. And I don't know if you've ever seen Terry, but he's very
He's
funny.
hilarious.
Mr. Music, a quick question. Are you having a big influx of artists from all these talent shows on TV? Are they kind of flooding the market, if you will?
Yes, we are, and we have Judith Hill, who was on The Voice, and was also I think we talked about her on another program, the lead singer or the backup singer with Michael Jackson. And there's more and more of these because if you watch The Voice, it's almost a whole different level of talent on that show, and it's pretty amazing, and we're all going after them, absolutely.
That's got to provide a lot of opportunities to see some really good music.
Yeah, it really does, and it's fun to kind of watch somebody and how they started and where they are now. And to finish up in terms of what's coming up, and this one I got to tell you, I am really, really excited about. And we got Don Rickles. Don Rickles playing at the Canyon Club in Agora Hills on June 7.
Wow.
And he's been all over. If you've seen him on Fallon, Letterman, he's been all over lately. He was out for a bit with a bad knee and a few surgeries, and he is back and rescheduled at the Canyon Club in Agora. And that's going to be sold out if it's not already. And it should be a fun show to go. And if you're if you like looking for celebrities and stars, that's the night to be out at the Canyon Club.
Wow.
We may have to pull some strings and get me some tickets. In the 6th grade, everybody gets an award. Guess what my award was?
The Don Rickles
The
Award.
Don Rickles Award.
Yeah,
No lie.
I know that.
Hey, Mr. Music, we just have a few seconds left. Anything else?
Yep, real quick. We got, hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll be coming in and bringing some of my friends from the World Classic Rockers, Nick St. Nicholas, Greg Walker from Santana, and from Santana, and Steppenwolf.
Wow.
And play a little music, and we'll have some fun. So we'll be down there shortly doing that.
Looking forward to it.
that'd
Thank
be
you, Mr. Music.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Mr.
Right.
Music.
Take care.
Have a great week.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, you're listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. Doug is back. I said Doug. On Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back.